We've all heard the phrase, it takes a village, but who is in your village and what does it look like?
Florence Ann Romano's Build Your Village helps you build lasting relationships with those in your life and improve your happiness and health. Florence Ann joins us now with more. Welcome, Florence Ann.
Hello, my friends. I'm thrilled to be here.
Okay, so you've had an interesting background.
Yes.
You were also known as the Windy City Nanny.
Yes.
And so you have a whole professional career in childcare and child development.
Yes.
Can you tell us how you ended up here?
Well, being inside someone's home as a nanny, you see a lot of things, you hear a lot of things, you see the dynamics, the personalities. And I've always been very curious about people. And so once I retired from being a nanny, I always say the Mary Poppins line, you stay until the wind changes, and the wind changes for a lot of different reasons. And so when I moved on, I started thinking about the dynamics of families, like I mentioned, and also what goes into actually supporting a family. And then when COVID hit, we all saw what it was like to lose our support systems on a global level. And like, how often does that happen? You learn something on a global level. And I thought to myself, the phrase I'm hearing over and over and over again is, it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village. And everyone says, well, where are these people? Where is this village? Is there a phone number? Is there someone that shows up at your door with a casserole? Right? Just ready to help you raise your kids. And so I thought, you know what, we really do need a roadmap to the village. And I think I kind of want to write that book. So that's what really birthed that idea of creating villagers that you identify with, and you figure out, well, who am I of these people? And also, how do I show up in other people's villages?
So how does it all start, I guess? A perfect example, I guess, would be moving into a new town.
Yeah.
Not necessarily it has to be that way, but like, let's say you're moving into a new town. How do you create that village?
It's hard because people get nervous about the rejection of putting themselves out there. You know, what if they don't like me or I don't fit in? And, you know, I'm not in the same phase of life that they are. So I always say philanthropy is the first tip I will always give everyone. It's a way that you can give back, a life in service, but also you're going to be in an environment where people are like-minded. They have similar values to you. And it's kind of this low-risk way of introducing yourself. So if you are feeling lost out there right now, and you don't know how to connect, philanthropy is a really great way to take that first step and not be so fearful about it.
Incredible. And that, I'm guessing that could even just mean volunteering too, right?
Yes, oh, absolutely. You know, you don't have to write a check for it to be philanthropy. You know, it's your service. I mean, look what's happening in California right now. We see the humanity in people when they show up and they're there for each other, and it's just out of the goodness of their hearts. And think about even that community and that connection that's happening there right now. That's going to last years and years, and it's through crisis. So it's amazing how you see these things happen and how these puzzle pieces fit.
I feel like you talk a lot about, too, having empathy is a huge part of creating that village and being a part of even someone else's.
Well, the empathy effect, as I like to think about it, you know, we always, especially as women, we like to fix. We want to be able to solve it. And sometimes the best thing to do, especially in a village, especially in friendships, is just be there, to be seen, heard, and understood. And there's a big difference between just saying, I understand how you feel, and really putting yourself in someone's shoes. And so instead of just saying, oh, you know, here's what you should do, this is what my experience was, sometimes it's just about the listening. Sometimes it's just saying, gosh, that person held space for me. They were there for me in that moment. And then you think back on it, they didn't even say that much. But that presence, that's what made a difference to me. Just someone that gave me the room to have those feelings.
It's a good message for all the fixers out there, including me.
Including me.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I love the kind of the psychology and the anthropology behind, you say there's 6 types of villagers.
6 types of villagers.
And it takes all types to make an effective village. So what are these 6 types?
So I created these 6 to identify with: accepting, dependable, cheerleader, communicator, organizer, and healer. And I always say it very fast on purpose because I can see on your faces right now, you're starting to cast those people right in your village. You're starting to think about, okay, I think I know who the accepting person is, just by context clues. And I love that because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cast it like a movie or a play. These are the main characters in your life. Now, here's the caveat. If you don't have all 6 of these people, I'm not saying you are not a fully formed person and you have no people, you have no friends, you're falling apart. That's not what I'm saying at all. You may be at a stage in your life where you have 3 out of the 6 and you're like, I'm good. But you know what? Maybe down the line, you're going to need that healer villager because there's been a death in the family or a divorce, or you've moved to a brand new city and know not a soul. So this is going to ebb and flow. And also you have to think about who actually exists in that ecosystem right now. And is everyone set up for success? Are all of these people sitting in the right seats? Maybe they're not. Maybe you have to shuffle the deck a bit, and maybe you have to fire some people. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but you might have to. And that's just part of it. So that's the fun of it, is actually evaluating what you currently have and then deciding, you know what, I have the power to fix this if I need to, or add to it or subtract, but we are all worthy of community. And that's really what I want to encourage people to understand.
I feel like this is the perfect start of the year lesson.
Absolutely. I love that.
Amazing.
Yes.
Florence Ann, thank you so
Thank
much for being here. We
you. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. For more information, all you have to do is head to florenceann.com. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram to get all the tips and the information about her book as well.
I love that. Okay, I think you're one of my cheerleaders, for sure.
Yeah.
Coming up.
And you're mine.
Yes.